boy. I better go.
How about a Valentine's Day wedding?
You really mean that?
I think we should talk about it.
All right, yes.
Yeah! Hey, I didn't think the playoffs started until next week.
I'll see you later.
All right, bye.
Happy New Year, John.
Happy New Year.
I'll see you at your party, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks.
What's with him?
Oh, he's just in a good mood, that's all. But listen, I had the results from the blood samples that I exposed to normal, subnormal, and high heat. I think you'll find the results very interesting.
The key to my heart, huh?
Right after that, this photograph arrived. It was taken on our honeymoon cruise.
And this was the first thing that linked this guy to the present?
Yeah, up until then, everything had to do with my nightclub career.
I wonder if there's some kind of link between all this stuff.
Well, I suppose there must be, but we certainly can't figure out what it is.
Is that everything?
Everything that was sent here. This is a list of mementos his pianist Ken Wayne said was stolen from his hotel room. It all relates somehow to my wife, one way or another.
All right, I'll look it over down at the station. One more thing, that man that you saw outside of Caroline's, has he turned up anywhere else?
Well, other than when Lisa saw him outside the house here, no.
How about Ken Wayne? Any more calls from him?
Not since the one from Dominica.
Yeah, he'll probably lay low from now on if he knows he's the #1 suspect in the Kovac murder case.
Is that still true?
Last I heard.
Oh, will you just forget about Ken Wayne for 10 minutes?
Why?
Because I think he's confusing the real issue here. Wayne was out of town when Cal Randolph was murdered.
That doesn't mean he didn't kill Marie Kovac.
I will bet you anything that these murders are connected, all right? And the connecting factor here is Marie Kovac's missing diary. I think we should concentrate on Marcia Talbot.
We've been all through that. Marcia Talbot was Roy's main suspect now.
Will you just hear me out, all right? Just hear me out. Now, Cal Randolph supposedly left an envelope on Kevin's desk containing Marie Kovac's diary, right?
Right.
All right, fine. And then it disappeared. And we only have Marcia Talbot's word for it that when she left Jay Connors in that room, that was the last time that she saw the diary.
But you...
No. She was also the first person to point a finger at Ken Wayne without anyone prompting her. And she broke up the fight between Jay Connors and Kevin Gibson. She could have, at Caroline said she could have found the button and then planted it on Cal Randolph's body after she killed him.
But you're forgetting one thing. Marcia Talbot was almost killed herself.
Oh, I'm not forgetting that. I have a hunch about her, and I'm glad you had that detective from Houston run a profile check on her and a complete background.
What about motive?
I have statements from several people saying that Marcia Talbot is pathologically jealous of Doug Cummings. And who else could arouse more jealousy than Marie Kovac?
Oh, that's pretty thin. And how does that relate to Cal Randolph?
The diary! Now, Marcia Talbot could have seen the diary lying there on Kevin's desk. And if she read it, she might have read something that implicated her in Marie Kovac's murder. Now, knowing perfectly well that Cal had it beforehand, she might think that Cal read it. So she'd have to do away from him before he incriminated her in Marie Kovac's murder. Don't you see? It makes perfect sense.
All right, go with it.
Thank you. I intend to. And I'll tell you right now, I've got a big surprise for that woman when she comes back from Texas.
Roy, the lady outside wants to see you. Says it's urgent. Her name is Marcia Talbot.
As the world turns, this portion brought to you today by Bounce, for clothes you can't wait to jump into, and by pH Balance Secret, strong enough for a man, but made for a woman.
When towels feel this soft, sheets feel this fresh, and there's no cling to most anything. You've got bounce clothes, clothes you can't wait to jump into. Feel the touch, jump in. You are the one. You feel so good around me. Jump, 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 jump.
Almost anything can happen when you've got our moist, delicious brownies.
Most people can't help but help themselves to our moist, delicious brownies, Duncan Hines.
Duncan Hines.
Bet you can't help but help yourself to our moist, delicious brownies, Duncan Hines.
Duncan Hines.
Of the leading mixes, Duncan Hines has the smoothest, creamiest batter with real chocolate chunks for a moist, delicious brownie.
So go ahead and help yourself. It's our moist, delicious way to bake your best.
Duncan Hines.
Taking the day off was a great idea.
Yeah.
Now what do we do?
Something new, something different.
Like what? While you're thinking, have my antiperspirant.
No.
No?
Try my spray. It's strong. Do something different.
I did. I switched to Secret Solid. It works better than your wet spray.
Better, huh, than maybe...
Secret Solid's pH balanced for women. Now go and fix us some breakfast.
Me?
Do something new, something different.
Secret Solid, strong enough for a man.
But pH balanced for a woman.
I change perfumes to match my mood. From romantic to sophisticated. But this goes with all my feelings. My Secret, unscented. All the protection I expect from Secret, but nothing to clash with my perfume. Secret, unscented, for all my feelings.
Well, what do you think?
I don't find anything conclusive here.
You don't? But I thought...
You talked to Lucinda about going to school?
Mm-hmm.
What'd she say?
Well...
I bet she tried to push you around and dictate to you where you're going to use her scholarship so she can keep tracks of you and keep you in control and all that kind of good
Well,
stuff.
even if she did, it doesn't matter, because I told her that I want to go to the university here in Oakdale.
Really? And what did she say to that?
Yes, I mean, what we talked about this morning. I have more exciting news for you.
Yeah, what's that?
Craig and I are engaged.
Yeah, I saw the ring.
Well, aren't you going to congratulate me?
Well, congratulations.
Thanks. I just thought you'd be happy for me.
Well, I just hope that Craig's the guy who,
Who what?
I gotta go see Rex Whitmore. Excuse me.
I'll tell you something. I already feel better now that I got all that stuff out of the house.
I do, too. Seems like a very competent young man.
Yep, he does. Oh, I'm so glad you only had to work half a day, so you could be here when he stopped by.
By the way, what are we doing tonight?
Oh, my darling, we have choices to make. We can either go to David and Ellen's with your mom and dad, or we can go to John's house with Andy and Paul.
What do you want to do?
Tell you the truth. What I would really like is to spend the night at home, alone with you, in front of the fire.
That sounds like our best option. When is the last time I had you all to myself?
How was the hockey game?
It's a great fun.
Yeah, don't forget that, buddy.
Oh, that sounds great to me. Yeah, me too. I'm stuck.
Good. How about you, Doug?
Well, you cook. How can I say no, huh?
Where are you two spending New Year's Eve?
Well, we haven't really decided. Heather's singing at Caroline's, and we're overbooked, so I really should be there for a while at least.
Well, we thought if we could get away, we'd like to spend it with you.
Yeah, and with Kevin at the restaurant and Marcia back, we should be able to get here before midnight.
Yeah. Well, that's wonderful. Of course, you're welcome to join us. But is Marcia back from Texas already?
Well, she never left.
I don't understand. It's a long story.
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
Sorry.
Okay. I was so unnerved by the attack that I decided to cancel my trip to Houston. I got Detective Franklin's call, and rather than call on the phone, I decided to come in person.
No, I wanted to tell you that we questioned the employees about the night of the robbery. And no one claimed to know that Kevin Gibson dropped a deposit by your apartment. In fact, no one knew that it was your usual procedure to take him to the bank yourself.
Well, that's not quite true. Will Pratt knew.
Pratt, the bartender?
Yes. Occasionally, I'd even have him make the night deposits.
Is that right? He didn't say anything about it.
Oh. Well, with Mr. Cummings tied up at the Ryan party that night, I'm surprised that Kevin didn't tell him where he was going.
Miss Talbot, how much can you trust Kevin Gibson?
Implicitly.
I'm sorry, I wasn't around when you made your original statement to the police. Could you just tell me about your relationship with Marie Kovac?
What's that got to do with my being attacked?
Well, we're sort of at a square one with these murder investigations, and I'm running a profile on everyone who knew Marie Kovac and Kyle Randolph.
I see. Well, I hardly knew Mr. Randolph. I'd only met him once or twice.
But you did know Marie Kovac. I mean, after all, you shared an office with her for several weeks. What was your opinion of her?
Well, I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but frankly, I didn't care for her at all.
Why?
She was common, she was conniving, and she used every man she met. However, that doesn't mean that I disliked her enough to do her any harm.
Thank you for coming, Miss Talbot.
Anytime. I just hope you can put an end to all this sordid business soon.
Yes, we do too. Oh, one more thing, Miss Talbot. You gave a phone bill to Detective Franklin to check out the long-distance phone calls that Marie Kovac might have made. On that phone bill, there were several calls to Houston, Texas. As a matter of fact, we ran a check on that number, and it turns out to be an unlisted number of a Dr. Henry Strauss's office, private office, at a hospital just outside of Houston. Do you know who could have made those phone calls?
All right! Pro's got nothing on this arm, baby. Oh, a pro wouldn't want what's on that arm off. Off. I'll have these clean in no time. In the same temperature? It's the same month. But it's not on the same clothes. So? So, this sweatshirt goes in cold or it fades, jeans go in warm, and gym socks go in hot. 3 temperatures. 3 kinds of clothes. 3 detergents. 1 detergent. Cheer? All temperature cheer. See? Hot, warm, cold. This in cold? All temperature cheer. This was covered with mud. You're telling me? Everything's clean. Hey, this is the pros, kid.
3 temperatures, 1 great clean. That's today's all-temperature cheer.
Hey, you use Top Job.
Sure, for my tough cleaning.
Like?
The range. It gets splattered with greasy dirt.
But greasy dirt gets on walls.
Sure.
Cabinets.
Of course.
Appliances.
Hey.
Practically all over.
You bet.
Even...
No wax floors.
Right. On the toughest baked-on greasy dirt, Top Job outcleans ammonia and leading lemon cleaners.
Since Top Job cleans so much, so well, I'd call it Top Jobs.
Hey, do you cook?
Would my Charmin user swap 1 pack of Charmin for 2 of something else? Watch my hidden camera.
I would like to take away your pack of Charmin and give you 2 packs of this regular major brand.
No. I couldn't. I only use Charmin.
Why? Tell me.
The soft, velvety touch to it. It has a quality all of its own. We have tried the others, and the cheaper brands, they don't come up to this.
You know, my boss has to hear this. Gotcha.
Oh, got you. Isn't it nice to meet you at last?
How are
I've seen
you?
you on the television.
Who is it?
I don't know your name.
Well, they may not know my name, but they sure know about squeezably soft Charmin. Once it's got you, it's got you.
Well, Miss Talbot, do you think that Marie Kovac could have made those phone calls?
No, I did.
Do you mind telling us why?
I was a patient of Dr. Strauss's for a while when I lived in Houston. We've kept in contact since I moved to Oakdale.
I see.
Is there anything else you want to know?
No, you're free to go.
Thank you. There is one question I'd like to ask you, if I may.
What's that?
Am I correct in inferring you're no closer to finding the murderer than you were in the beginning?
We're exploring all possible avenues.
Forgive me for saying so, but until you can find a way to bring Ken Wayne back for questioning, you're never going to have the answers you need.
Hi, Betsy. Is Steve around? He's out on a condo job. He'll be back any minute.
Oh, do you mind if I just wait for him?
No, go ahead.
So, what are you going to do for New Year's Eve?
Oh, I've been invited to Dusty and Lily's, but I don't know if I'm going to go.
Oh, go. We're going to go.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, if you feel funny about going alone, you can come with us.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Hi. Oh, I'm the foreman of the hospital crew's outside. He's sitting in the car.
I got their checks.
This is a nice surprise. What brings you here?
Well, you. I haven't seen much of you since Christmas, you know.
I know. Oh, this condo job. But I'll tell you, it's going to put me in a league with the Miller Brothers, baby. And as soon as I get it going, then I'm going to break ground on our house site, all right? And when we break ground, I want you to break a champagne bottle over the bulldozer. What do you say? Come on, yeah? Come on. What are you doing that? Every time I talk about the new house, you do that.
You know, I did live in that area, in a big house with Craig, you know.
This is not the same thing at all.
And I don't like putting the cabin up for collateral either. I really don't.
Baby, how else are we going to get a loan?
Well, that's another thing. I feel like we're beholden to so many people now with the charge accounts and only money to the bank.
Look, if you want, all right, you want to own the house, we can just save our whole life and then we go over the threshold in a wheelchair.
Well, it's going to be all ours.
Yeah, it will be all ours, but it is now anyway. Ask anybody. Look, if you want to build a house, you got to borrow money. That's just the way you play.
I just wish you would have asked me first.
Well, then it wouldn't have been much of a Christmas present, would it? Look, all right. I will. Will you make me a promise?
Yeah.
Okay, my New Year's resolution is that I will not be jealous of Craig, all right? If you will just stop worrying about money. Okay, deal? Deal?
Deal.
That's my girl.
Oh, Kevin, I need change of these.
Yeah, sure. 5s and 10s, okay?
Oh, and some ones.
Ones, all right.
Kevin, there's something I've been wanting to ask you.
Yeah, shoot.
Did you say anything to the cops about me making deposits, at the bank for Marcia sometimes?
Well, I never knew you did.
Yeah, well, she didn't trust Marie, so when she was too busy, she asked me to go a couple of times. The only reason I brought it up is because they asked me if I knew you took the deposit the night Marcia was attacked.
And you told them that I didn't, right?
Right. I mean, you told me you were leaving, but I didn't know where you were going.
Right.
I just didn't tell them, and I used to do it before you started working here.
Well, I couldn't have said anything because I didn't know anything about it. Why don't you just relax, man? Because I'm their #1 suspect until this darn deposit bag turns up.
Are you? Are you still a suspect in Marie's murder, too?
Yeah, but I really would rather not talk about it. I mean, it's bad enough to have to work at her old desk.
I'll bet. She was a piece of work, wasn't she? Well, I better get back downstairs.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hey, Jay. How you doing?
Hey, Kevin. Hey, what are you doing up here?
Oh, come on, relax. We shook hands Christmas Eve, remember? And I decided Heather's right. We're not doing each other any good by fighting all the time. We got to put our heads together, figure out who's been setting us up.
Well, I'll be.
First thing you got to do is believe me when I tell you I didn't take that envelope off your desk.
All right, well, Jay, you were the only person up there at the time.
Let me finish a second. There is someone that could have taken that envelope if you think about it.
Who?
Marcia Talbot. And she could have found that button that got ripped off my coat when we had that fight in here that day, and she could have planted it on Cal.
Are you crazy?
What's so crazy about it?
Marcia Talbot has been the only friend I've had through this whole nightmare. Why would she want to set me up?
Think about it. Maybe she's just pretending to be your friend, and she's setting both of us up at the same time.
This sign means $10 million. It's coming your way, and it could make you one very, very, very rich person. It's the Publishers Clearinghouse Sweepstakes. All of that $10 million will go to only one person. So if you want to be that one very, very, very rich person, enter the Publishers Clearinghouse Sweepstakes now. You could be our first $10 million winner.
There's no place like our home.
Magnificent, tender rack of lamb. It's one of the reasons Crickett's Restaurant in Chicago is world famous. Tonight, we're secretly replacing the fine coffee they usually serve with dark, sparkling Folgers crystals. Will it be rich enough for our special guests?
It has a nice rich coffee flavor.
The coffee is excellent, really.
This Folgers instant.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. This can't be instant coffee. 10 being the highest, I rate it as 10.
Folgers crystals. Coffee rich enough to be served in America's finest restaurants.
This coupon is good for Sharon Armstrong. This coupon is good for Peter O'Malley. All these coupons are good. Good because they help Special Olympics. In your Publishers Clearinghouse mail, you'll find 30 coupons valued at over $8. For each one you redeem, Procter & Gamble will donate 10 cents to Special Olympics, up to $750 million. And that's good for Gary Johnson. Look for Procter & Gamble coupons. They're good for Special Olympics and you.
Tuesday,
Chuck and Bill are not your ordinary night watchmen.
That guy's dead.
And when they come to the rescue of a pretty working girl, the night shift really comes to life.
We can call ourselves love brokers.
Directed by Ron Howard of Splash and Cocoon fame. Michael Keaton, Henry Winkler, and Shelley Long star in Night Shift.
Is this a great country or what? Billy, please let me do that.
No, you already have one accident. That's enough.
I want you to have an accident, dog.
Hold the ladder steady and I'll be just fine, okay?
That's your leg.
My leg is fine. Hold it was just being an alarmist, okay?
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just hold me.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just answer the door, okay?
Hey, John.
Oh, your place
Hi,
looks
Lily.
wonderful.
Yeah, very
We thought
festive.
we would do a little reverse volunteering here since you guys have been so great.
No, we
helping
really
us
have
out.
everything basically under control.
Oh, come on. Couldn't I make some hors d'oeuvres or
No,
something?
Fiona's in charge of the
You are
cooking.
guest. Oh, well, where is she? In the kitchen?
No, she's shopping.
How's
John getting along with Fiona anyway? John's doing great. He's really getting along with everybody lately.
Really? Must be love.
What do you think?
Oh,
Very
it looks
festive.
great.
It looks great.
Terrific.
Here's Fiona.
We were just talking about you.
Hello.
Yo, I don't know how you do it.
Do what?
Because, like, I give you $20 to come back with all this stuff.
Well, it's all a matter of knowing how to shop, right?
Right. Listen, can I help?
No, darling. Dusty and Lily are all the help I need. Yes, come on. Cover with the
Okay,
stuff.
come on. Gosh, looks like we're free to go, I guess.
I'll tell you what, why don't we go back to the apartment? I could stand a little time alone with you.
That's what you kept saying last night.
I'm sorry the interview with Barbara lasted so long, but at least she's trying to break the ice and be friends with us.
So she keeps saying.
Meaning?
Meaning. It's quite a cozy little scene I walked in on last night. Barbara in her sexy pajamas, you with your hair all tousled and lipstick on your collar was enough to make any woman jealous, which I'm sure is exactly what she intended to do.
I didn't know you were the suspicious type.
Well, even if I were jealous, she would be the last person to know. Now let's go home.
Okay.
It's awfully nice of you to let Paul camp out here while I'm in New York.
Oh, don't be just silly. We're delighted to have him. Besides, you're doing your part by having Andy spend the night tonight, which reminds me, I should go see if she's ready.
Okay.
Be right back. What are you doing tonight, Lisa?
Oh, I'm having dinner with Tom and Margot. And then I'm going to go to 4 parties. Can you believe that? But, you know, when you accept one invitation, then you have to accept all of them.
Well, if you can squeeze us in, you're always invited to stop by here, you know.
Thank you. Well, I'll try. Kim certainly does seem in wonderful spirit.
I think it's getting all of those mysterious cards and packages out of the house.
I don't understand that.
Well, we gave all that stuff to the police. There's a new detective on the case. Maybe he can make some sense of all of this.
Have they seen that man that Lisa spotted outside the house?
No, they have an unmarked patrol car going around the neighborhood, but so far he hasn't turned up.
Hi there.
Hey there, yourself, stranger.
I'm sorry I didn't call you, but I have been so tied up here.
It's all right, I understand.
Yeah, I've been
How's it
following...
look for tonight, huh?
Oh, 50-50.
50-50.
I'm following an old lead of Roy's that's suddenly gotten hot. Well, it's gotten lukewarm, I should say.
Anything to do with Kevin?
You know I can't answer that. But I can tell you one thing. Kevin and Jay are both prime suspects in the eyes of my cohorts.
I see.
Look, why don't you go and have dinner with Lisa without me, and then I'll meet you later at
Honey,
John's.
it's New Year's. I want to spend it with you.
I know. I won't stand you up. I promise you. I'll try my best.
All right. All this hard work's going to pay off once you get that promotion.
If I get that promotion, I have a feeling a lot of it rests on this investigation.
With you on the case, it's as good as solved.
Don't ever tell you how crazy I am about you.
Yes, tell me again.
I'm crazy about you.
I'm so glad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No sweat. We were just finishing. I was just leaving. I will see you later.
I'll do my best.
Later. Okay. How you doing?
Oh, here's...
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Bye.
Did Detective Johnson call back yet?
No. I wouldn't hold my breath on that if I were you.
You're not too crazy about my Marcia Talbot theory, are you?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, no. Like McCloskey said, it was my theory for a while. But I believe whoever murdered Cal Randolph and Marie Kovac attacked Marcia Talbot.
Do me a favor, will you? Tell me everything that happened that night before I got there.
Okay. She said she was on her way to the bank, and she was attacked by some guy in a ski mask. And then she felt something tightening around her neck, and she blacked out. I could see that she was still kind of shaky, so I didn't ask her any more questions. And then Franny got her coat, and Doug put it on, and, well, then they left. That was it. That's about all.
Wait a minute, where was her coat?
In the closet, I guess.
In a closet? Boy, it was 15 degrees out that night. If Marcia Talbot was on her way to the bank before she got attacked, then why wasn't she wearing her coat already?
Planning to move in, Harry?
Well, Rosie, you know I live out of my briefcase.
Harry, your coffee is heading for home.
Quick, Rosie.
Relax. Bounty's so fast it gets spilled before they get away.
Hey, fast towel.
Bounty's the quicker picker-upper. Follow me. You see how much faster Bounty soaks up liquid? The other towel pushes it along and lets it get away.
Bounty is the quicker picker-upper.
Right. Now, you want to rent that booth? Bounty gets spills before they get away.
Crisco oil's light taste brings remarkable lightness to stir-frying.
Remarkably light, ooh, remarkably light. Crisco oil's light taste, black, flavor-free.
Mixed to corn oil, specially made Crisco oil looks lighter, feels lighter, but it's really Crisco's light taste that brings out the true flavor of stir-frying with no greasy taste.
Crisco oil's light taste, black, flavor-free.
Now available in the new 64-ounce drip-free bottle.
Look at them potatoes.
Where are they going, Grandma?
Mommy, what's happening to potatoes?
Introducing the chip that's eating all the potatoes. Pringles Ripple Potato Chips. Every can has more potatoes than before, and every chip rippled thick to bring out the extra hearty, extra delicious taste. So eat the chip that's eating all the potatoes. Pringles Ripple Potato Chips.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper, and by Pringles Potato Chips, regular, light, rippled cheesums, and sour cream and onion. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.
Weekdays, head straight for the winner's circle as host Kit Clark keeps the contestants guessing and winning. It's the exciting, the challenging $25,000 pyramid. He's charming, he's exciting, he's one of a kind, and he's host of TV's hottest game show. To find out why everybody loves Bob Barker, weekdays on The Price is Right.
This is CBS.
Where did you get that trophy, Brat?
I won it at the 4-H fair, showing my animals.
Oh, I wish I could join 4-H, but I don't have any room to raise the animals.
In 4-H, you can carry a lot of projects, like photography, computers, and electricity.
Okay, how do I join?
Just call your local 4-H extension agent.
Do we need a leader?
Just sharing, caring adults. Do you know anyone like that?
Help us make the best better. Did you guys hear about Sue's cousin's accident? 4 people were killed, but they found 2 empty cases of bugs. I'm glad that didn't happen around here.
Graduation soon. Seems funny that we've been together for so long. Now we'll have to go our separate ways.
All the more reason to live it up now. Let's all go for a ride in my brother Z.
All right, let's go. I'll drive.
The doctor said I was lucky. How can I feel lucky about getting drunk and murdering the 4 best friends I ever had?
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Liz, the guy said I want as a crew to start on Thursday out at the condo job, okay?
Okay, okay.
All right? Oh, no, just think, let me just make sure that we got enough men.
Will you go home, please? Will you just stop and go home?
What, are you trying to get rid of me?
Yes, I'm trying to get rid of you. Now, come on.
No, I really do have to find out.
Holden, what are you doing here?
Hi. How you doing? Mama told me you were working late, so I thought I'd get a ride home.
Yeah, I'm almost finished. Will you please
You got his number's in the Rolodex. Okay,
go.
Fine. I am leaving. Okay, we got it.
Yes.
All right, Holden.
I'll see you
around.
at 9, yes.
Okay, right. Bye-bye. I guess you're not going to the party tonight, then?
Oh, no, I am going. I'm going with Steve and Betsy because I didn't want to go alone. I wish you'd come, though.
Nah.
Oh, come on. Be my date. Come on, I'd be so proud to go into that party on the arm of such a good-looking man. Besides, you might meet some people.
It's just, I'm no good at parties, you know that?
Well, that's because you don't have experience. Come on, you might surprise yourself and have a good time.
I got nothing to wear.
What about that outfit that you had on when I came home that first day?
Seth's old suit?
Yes.
And Papa's tie?
Yes. Oh, come on. Please, for me. Pretty please.
Okay.
Yay, great. Thanks a lot.
Fiona's picking up a storm inside.
What?
What's wrong?
I guess I'm just, in a mood.
Yeah, but Lily, you're in a mood all the time lately. Come on, are you okay?
I don't know. I guess it's the new year, thinking about what's
Lily,
past.
1986 is going to be a million times better than 1985, okay? So smile. Get a head count on all the people.
Oh, why don't you try calling Lila again?
Because I called her 2 times already and she said no.
Wonder why. I mean, Sierra and Craig will be here, and Tom and Margot and John. You know John.
Well, yeah, I think that John's the problem, though. I think that they've had some kind of fight because she's not really coming by here too much. Why are you looking like that?
Like what?
Because it's like you know something I don't, do you?
It's something my mother said.
What was it?
I'm not allowed to tell you.
Oh, Lily, come on. We said we're not going to keep secrets from each other anymore.
Okay, all right. We have to promise not to tell anybody, okay?
Of course I promise. Come on, what is it?
My mother has this stupid idea that John likes Sierra.
Really, John does like Sierra. They work together. I mean, they're partners.
I'm not talking about work.
Oh, come on.
That's what my mother seems to think.
Lily, that's crazy. Come on. Sierra loves Craig. John's got to know that. Doesn't he?
Craig! When did you do that before?
Oh, no particular reason. I just thought I'd tell you that Sierra and I are engaged.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, boy, now nothing stands in your way, not even John.
How are you doing with John?
Well, I've given up on him.
Are you sure?
I've never been so sure about anything in my life. John's never going to change. Oh, forget about him. Come on, did you set a date?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Oh, that couldn't come soon enough for me.
Me either, no.
Well, you going to go out and celebrate tonight?
Yeah, well, we're supposed to stop by Steve and Betsy's, and then we're all going to go over to Dustin's party.
You're going to John's?
Yes, and why don't you come?
Are you kidding? It's the last place I want to go.
Even if I told you that Sierra and I will announce our engagement officially? Come on.
Hi. I've just been so cheerful and blithe all day long since I knew you were really engaged. And there's only one thing that I am insisting on, and that's that I'm giving the wedding.
Oh, I couldn't let you do that, Mrs. Hall.
Well, it'd be fun anyway. Who else would do it?
Well, we'll probably just go to a justice of the peace or something.
No. You mustn't do that. You mustn't deny yourself. You'll regret it all your life. Every young girl should have a beautiful, beautiful wedding. And I'll make it fun as we plan it.
Right, it's very nice of you to offer. I'll think about it.
How did John respond to the news?
John he was surprised.
I bet.
Well, hello, ladies. Lucinda?
Hi.
Hey, you look good. You look real good.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you.
I hope I'm going to see you at the penthouse later on.
At the penthouse?
Yeah.
Oh, the party.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll try to drop by.
Oh, good. That's good.
Darling, don't you forget. I'm not going to take no for now.
All right.
About what?
Oh, Mrs. Walsh has very kindly offered to give the wedding for Craig and me.
No kidding. I didn't know you'd set a date yet.
Well, we haven't actually set a date. We're thinking about Valentine's Day.
Properly romantic, don't you think, John?
I'll say.
Okay. Darling, when you absolutely know, you tell me, and I put a nice announcement in the City Times. Bye-bye. Ta-ta, John.
Bye.
I must say, I don't understand that.
What?
All of a sudden, Lucinda has become Craig's champion.
Well, she's had a recent change of heart.
Yeah, I guess so. Say, listen, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance this morning to tell you how glad I am for you. I hope you know I really want nothing but you to be happy, you know?
Thank you. And I promise, John, it will not interfere with my work here.
I wouldn't worry about that. As a matter of fact, I think you ought to take the rest of the day off. I got a lot of calls to make and stuff.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you at the party.
Okay.
Later.
Yes, operator, I'd like to place a long-distance telephone call person-to-person. Welsh Enterprises, Dallas, Texas. Yes, to a Mr. Antonio Reyes.
When you're looking for something that's extra soft, reach for Quilted Northern. Northern is quilted so you can see how soft it is. But mostly, you can feel it. Quilted Northern. Quilted for a softness you can see and feel.
Open the envelope with this house on it, and you could find $1,000 to spend today. From Publishers Clearinghouse. Inside, you may find a real check with your name on it, ready to cash for $1,000. Just for opening the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. So starting December 26th, look for our house on the outside. There may be a $1,000 check for you on the inside. Only from Publishers Clearinghouse.
There's no place like our house.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
Santa Claus.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down to a long winter's nap.
It still works.
Hey, you're eating bran cereal because it's good for you, right? Guess what's in it besides bran? Sugar. Up to 22 added teaspoons a box. Over a period of time, that can really add up. And up. Introducing a new bran cereal, Nabisco Shredded Wheat and Bran. The first high-fiber cereal without a grain of added sugar in it. Or even salt. New Nabisco Shredded Wheat and Bran. If you're eating bran because it's good for you, why add sugar and salt?
Nabisco.
Take them all. Take them all, Paul. Here, get them before Paul gets them all.
Pick a nut, any nut.
How would like to meet our two friends. This is Stephanie and Peter.
He's the one I talk to all the time? Yeah.
Hey, that was a pretty Who is that hunk that just walked?
Robert Schreiber? Billy, take a look at Holden, huh? He's like you can hardly recognize.
What is he doing here?
We invited him to our party. Holden, I'm glad you changed your mind.
See how you doing? You look great.
Well, who is he? He's my mom's new stable boy. Okay? Oh, no wonder why you're always at the stable. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. He's a farmer from Luther's Corner.
Lily, I was just telling Holden here how happy we are that he decided to come to our party.
Yeah. Why did you decide to come?
Didn't want Ivor driving home alone tonight.
Stephanie, this is Holden. Holden, this is Stephanie. Hi.
How you doing?
All of a sudden, I'm just dying of thirst. Holden, want to get some punch?
Sure, why not?
Oh, Lily, come on. Please don't start that.
Start what?
Come on, please, because I don't want you to get in another mood again, all right?
Nuts.
Hello.
Wonderful
Do you
party.
see to your assistant, Ivor Snyder?
Oh, how do you do? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You in town, eh?
Oh, more or less.
Good. Gonna be around for a while?
Oh, maybe.
I hope so.
You don't see her and Craig here yet?
I don't think so. No, not yet. Would you like some nuts? Ooh, they're making a lot of money off the kids with them. Right on. They pay them. I said, I said, here's 77%. Use it free.
Shannon, what a lovely outfit. Thank you.
Turns out both my
Brian, why don't you go over and talk to Paul for a second? He was just made official cartoonist for the Hillsborough Prep school paper.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go congratulate him. Excuse me?
Let's get one thing straight, Barbara. I know exactly what you're trying to do with Brian, and it's not funny.
I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. Excuse me. Happy New Year.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Tim, at first I thought that you all were going to go out after all when I saw the doctor here all dressed up.
Well, it's our first New Year's Eve together, and Franny insists that we should celebrate it in the most festive way possible.
Yeah, you look
Good
so elegant.
Well, so do you, as always.
Thank you, kind sir. Franny, where's Doug? Oh, he's at Caroline's. I'm going to meet him there, and then we're going to come back here if we can get a privacy. Can you imagine what it's going to be like at Caroline's tonight? Why don't you come with us and see? Oh, darling, thank you. No, I can't. I have 1,000 parties I have to go to tonight.
Lord knows how she managed to squeeze me in for dinner.
Oh, now listen, where's Margot? Isn't she at least going to stop by and say hello?
I doubt it, Kim. In fact, I'll be lucky if she winds up at John's by midnight. Is that where you're going next? Yeah, as soon as I drop Mom off. Well, at least we can have a New Year's toast together. Good idea, huh?
Get busy here with
Tell you what, did you make this eggnog yourself?
Oh, yes, I hear you too. Before we go over to David and Ellen.
Some is it.
Oh, I'll get it.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
got some.
Happy New Year, Jay. Come on in.
Yes, thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, Jay. Would you like some eggnog?
No thanks, I can't stay. I was just wondering if I could talk to Franny for a minute.
All right.
Well, Happy New Year. Oh, you didn't get any. It's all right.
I wanted to apologize for the way I've been acting lately and say I'm sorry for all those things I said about Kevin.
Did you apologize to Kevin?
I saw him earlier.
Happy New Year.
I guess it had to do with
Oh, careful.
the way I feel about you.
No, it's good.
But I got all that under grips now, and
This is the recipe.
I don't think Kevin's guilty.
Is it really?
You're not just saying that.
No, I mean it.
Would you like an order?
And what's more, Kevin and I are both positive that somebody's out there trying to set us up.
So you had no idea that Kevin was on his way over to Miss Talbot's for the nightly receipts?
No, he just told me he was going out for a while.
Is that the way you remember it, Kevin?
Yeah.
What's this all about anyway?
Whoever attacked Miss Talbot also stole several $1,000s from her apartment. And since we know that you occasionally make the drop-off at night deposit for her...
Excuse me, who told you that?
I did.
Oh, well, Miss Talbot didn't trust Marie to do it, so sometimes she'd ask me.
Marie. Speaking of Marie Kovac, how well did you know her?
Oh, well, we both worked here at the same time, so...
That's not exactly what I'm asking you, Mr. Pratt. Did you know her well?
Not really. She took care of the bar seats and all, but...
Did you spend some time with her on a personal basis? Like at her apartment?
No, I didn't even know where she lived.
Okay. You can go.
Oh, thank you.
I sure got nervous when you mentioned Marie.
If it's any help, I think the timesheets will prove that Will didn't sign out until 2 a.m. on the morning after Marshall was attacked.
Actually, he signed out for a 30-minute union break between midnight and 12:30.
But I'm sure he didn't leave the building. He usually went into the kitchen for a cup of coffee.
There's always a chance. Or see if you can get a search warrant for Will Pratt's apartment, will you?
No, Kim, I don't think we can get one tonight, then.
Call Judge Watkins. We can get one.
Okay.
I also need to see a file, his applications, references, recommendations.
I got it.
Thank you. Now, when you and Franny found Miss Talbot, was she wearing a coat?
A coat? No, as a matter of fact, she wasn't. I remember Franny handed me her coat, and I put it on her shoulders just before she left for the hospital.
That's Miss Talbot. If you were on your way to the bank, why weren't you wearing a coat?
I park my car in an indoor garage in my building, and the bank has a drive-in window, so there was no need for my coat.
Here
How convenient.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I think you will find he had excellent references.
And a great recommendation. He used to work at Diana's.
Yeah, look who signed the recommendation. Cal Randolph.
If you're confident up north, raise your hand. If you're confident in Dixie, raise your hand. If you're sure from east to west, sure is one you love the best, raise your hand if you're sure.
From the bleachers to the Met, Sure goes on feeling dry, not wet, and helps keep you feeling dry and confident all day, anywhere.
You're working harder with your cleanser.
I don't think I am working harder. Comet cannot out-clean my cleanser.
Okay, let's test it together on a tough, greasy food stain. We'll count the strokes.
I don't believe it. Comet cleaned the stain better than my product. I'm so shocked.
Let's go to the second powder.
It still didn't clean it.
40 strokes compared to 20.
It's unreal. This Comet is really something.
Comet puts more power behind every stroke.
Hello, my name is Gay Bowen. I am president of the Sussex Association for Children and Adults with Learning Disabilities. A learning disability is a hidden handicap. The most frequently displayed symptoms are poor reading ability, poor hand-eye coordination, short attention span. However, a learning disabled person has a cluster of these symptoms which do not disappear with advancement in age. If you have a child with a learning disability or know of one, don't wait. Call or write to me.
This without fading the color like liquid chlorine bleach can. Your grandmother used it, and now it's got a new advanced whitening formula. Give up? It's new advanced Oxidol with, ta-da, green crystals with color-safe bleach. So, after soaking, can you guess the Oxidol white from the liquid bleach white? Now you can. Look at the faded color. So who whitens without the worry of liquid bleach? Guess.
I wonder if the kids will make it by midnight, you think?
I don't care if they do or not. I would just as soon ring in the new year with my beautiful bride.
Sorry.
Hello.
Hi, Bob. It's Lisa.
Hello, Lisa. Where are you? I can hardly hear you.
Oh, I'm at one of those crazy wild parties I was telling you about. And I thought, well, I should call you and wish you and Kim Happy New Year now because I know there's just going to be a lineup for the phone once midnight strikes.
Well, thank you. We wish the same to you.
I know you and Kim are going to have a wonderful year together, and just remember that I love you more than I can say.
Well, thank you. You will always have a special place in our hearts, too.
Stop. You're going to make me cry.
Would you like to speak to Kim? She's right here.
No. Oh, no. There seems to be someone coming to the phone now, so I would better hang up. Just my dearest love to both of you.
Then ours to you, Lisa. Happy New Year.
Bye-bye. Feel sorry for me. Bringing in the new year. Me. To 1986. And there. Get it? Oh, that's wonderful. Was it good?
Got it over there, Douglas?
And how? It was all right.
Time was had by all.
Lovely, yeah. Oh, I bet it was great. Lots of parties.
Ginger ale for my lady.
Thank you, darling.
Oh, my other lady. I'd like to propose a toast. Douglas?
Thank you.
To my beautiful wife.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
to my lovely daughter.
Hey, Daddy.
And to the young man who has put a sparkle back in my little girl's eyes after a long set. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Zowie, talk about a quick change, artist. You look nice.
Thank you. Hopefully I'll get to meet my husband at a party later on.
Did you find anything at Will's apartment?
No, nothing that linked him to the murders. However, we did find Marie Kovac's name and address in his phone book.
Yeah.
Obviously, he knew her better than he was willing to admit.
Well, did you ask him about that?
Yes, I did. Well, I went down to ask him about it, but he had already checked out. Miss Talbot told me he'd left.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he was working the early shift. He'll be back tomorrow, though.
Well, anyway, I asked Miss Talbot to take Roy down to the employee locker room so we could go through his locker and see if we could find anything there.
Well, I'd sure hate to think Will had anything to do with this.
Well, if he did, it might be good news for you and Jay.
There was a lot of stuff in his locker, but I found this in the back of the corner. It's the missing deposit bag. Empty.
Guess I'm not going to be meeting my husband before midnight after all.
Well, Margot's got exactly 3 minutes and 42 seconds to get here.
Please calm down. She's working on 2 murder cases, all right? You'll see her all day tomorrow.
Here, want to bet?
Tom, don't forget that you and I are going back to New York. Career separation works both ways. Tom, I didn't know you had to go back again.
Yeah, we have to sign the contracts on the promotional campaign.
Both of you. Absolutely. I don't make a move without my attorney.
Look, will you excuse me? I'm going to try and track my wife.
I think I'm going to go try the buffet. Can I get anything for anyone? No.
I'm going to try the buffet, too. Would you like to come up?
Excuse me. No, not now. Yeah, go ahead. If I were you, I would tell Margot to watch out for that woman. What? Well, Tom and Margot. Barb's just a special client, that's all.
Well, I don't trust her. Lately, she only seems to be interested in men who belong to other women.
This is crazy.
You're going to do what?
I want to announce our engagement. Come on, yes. You make me happy. I'm just proud. Look, I mean, the whole world's going to find out about it since this is the anything. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, so we can say it? Okay.
All right, but wait, I want to tell Bessie first in front of her.
Whoa. Steve. Yeah, can I borrow your wife for a couple minutes? Sure. Thanks. Sure. Why don't you just come with us?
Oh, there's something I want to ask, even though it's none of my business.
Sure, go ahead.
I just noticed that there's a lot of tension between you and Craig Montgomery.
Well, I was hoping it wasn't that obvious.
He seems like a nice guy. Is there a reason that you don't like him?
Yeah, but his ex-husband. He did a lot of sick things to keep us apart, and I don't know why she still trusts him.
So wonderful. I want you to tell everybody right here, right now.
Well, we're going to do that.
Oh, God.
Happy New Year. Hey, you know what day tomorrow is?
You talking to me, buddy?
That's right.
January 1st.
I think you're right. Say, listen, if you've made a draft of your resignation speech, I'd be glad to look over it, check your punctuation, you know, stuff like that.
Check it out. You, who spelled Dixon with a CT.
Hello, Miss Montgomery. I didn't think you were coming to this party.
I wasn't. Until I heard that Craig and Sierra were going to announce their engagement. Nothing's going to stand in their way now, not even you.
Say, what gives with you? The last time we talked, you were telling me how you were going to tell Sierra that Lucinda was her mother.
Yeah, well, I'm going to let Craig tell.
Oh, yeah? When is that?
Whenever the time is right.
Okay, attention, please. We have an announcement. I know that it's almost midnight, so I'm going to keep this really short and sweet. But there's some news that I think is important, and we should share it all with you. Before 1980...
How about the beginning of the new year?
Dear,
there's just something that is going to happen this year that is important to us, so I'll tell you. Sierra and I are going to get married.
I said no. Do you understand?